Hey, welcome to WVU Football Going Deep. Been playing with the equipment and what I'll laughingly call the studio. More changes to come. I've got some ideas. Just have to, work on income first so I can afford to modify some things. Ideas are free. Application is not. I have things set for the time being, so you get to watch the cat tree if you aren't all that happy with my presentation. At the moment, all we have is Rooter sleeping up there. I don't think you've gotten to see Rooter before. Hey, a couple of things to talk about today. We did have one defensive back decide to transfer, just a walk-on, and oh shoot, can't remember his name, Qualls or something to that effect. He's out of Parkersburg, and of course with the current people we've brought in for defensive backs, he wasn't going to see the field. If he wants to play, now, this move was the right thing for him. So, a positive adjustment, although it doesn't affect the scholarship situation. Main thing was a interview, Neal Brown on 3. I'll get the link in the description or comments here at some point, I hope. If I don't, please remind me. Question came up about Frazier, not surprising, but Coach Brown went into the whole decision to go young shortly after he came in, which is not a new subject. Only had one really good offensive lineman with a high work ethic, and that was McKivitz. So got Frazier, who started, every game but one before the bowl game, I think he said. And then also got Nestor. And he said those two were the leaders, with Nestor being a little more vocal than Frazier. And especially, they set the standard for work, how you prepare for the game. That made everybody else either meet the standard, exceed the standard, sit the bench, or go away. We brought in Milam, and of course he was more than willing to meet the standard. It was right up his alley, so he added to the culture of this level of work and this approach to work. Now we have all of the young players coming in knowing what's expected and wanting it. We can recruit players who fit because we have the culture established. And now that culture is not just hard work. It is how you approach the competition, which is tough but friendly. These guys support each other. They will knock each other down. They will fight and scrap to be number one. But they do not take it out on each other than on the field. Now, one thing Brown did point out was setting this standard on the offensive line meant that the defensive line now had to match that standard or get their butts kicked in practice every day. So something like this spreads, which is part of the point of culture. You get a positive feedback system. Because now, it's not just the Lions. Everybody has to meet the standard. And again, they know this coming in. So we have a long-term standard established that's going to benefit us, and already has benefited us in recruiting. And again, you're getting guys starting off faster, knowing what they have to do. And of course, it's also the Beanie Bishop effect, because it was his work ethic combined with the staff and facilities at WVU that helped him put on strength very quickly and improve his technique. Something I did not know with the whole mic situation in the helmets, which I guess has now been approved, so we will be seeing that in the future. But in the bowl game, they actually had 4 guys mic'd on defense, 2 linebackers, 2 safeties. So they call the play in, and linebackers tell the line, safeties tell the corners. You've got a very quick, tight communication going. On offense, they did decide to just mic the quarterback. I have not seen anything as yet as far as how many mics will be allowed now that they are going to allow this in the regular season. But having more than one, I think, is a good idea. And again, they use it as necessary. They're not trying to replace or dominate the players. So I think this will benefit the game overall. Play calling, what I found of special interest, he has said that, he took over the play calling again because it's what he does well. Now, some people argued over that because they don't understand, why plays are called the way they are, because you don't just get to do what you want, you get to do what you can. And you have to call the play that the players you have a chance to execute. So we saw a significant change in play calling because we've seen a change in the players and the culture, and we have things in place now. But Brown specified that taking over the play calling was the right thing for the team at the time. And I think he is intentionally leaving it open that he will possibly give up the play calling or, shift responsibilities in some way at some point. I suspect he's been working with Chad Scott all along to help, get him into play calling so that when he does take over here or elsewhere, he won't be starting from scratch. And of course, play calling is the only empty spot on Scott's resume at this point, which might slow him down a year of getting nabbed by some other school as head coach. And I have mixed feelings because part of me wants Chad Scott to be offensive coordinator at West Virginia forever, which is not fair to him or to coaches trying to come up, under him. And Scott he'll move on. He's going to get nabbed, and I think we have one more year with him, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's it. If we have a good year, I really expect Scott to get the offer he can't refuse. I will be sad to see him go, happy for his opportunity, and believe that we will be able to keep moving on. I think we have established a culture of coaches as well as understanding fit. So I don't think it's going to be a radical problem when Scott moves on. I don't really like to think about it. I like watching him in the press conferences. I like his, mischievous approach to play design. That may be hard to replace. But we will do what we have to do. Let's see. Did I have something? Yeah, I think that covers pretty much everything. Not fully organized for this video because I've been tinkering with the technical aspects rather than actually preparing, and this is really just a chance to play and experiment. Hope you've enjoyed it, and of course I should have already said, please subscribe if you haven't done so, comment, share, tell your friends, click the thumbs up button, and I do intend to put a link in the comments, a pinned comment, where you will be able to help support the site through PayPal. I don't have other options available right now until I get up to that 1,000 subscriber mark, which is far in the distance. But with your help, we'll get there. With your help, I'll keep the cats fed in the meantime. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. So long.